It's time to go live. It's time to go live. And I ain't even got everything prepared. But we go again, people. We're live. Of course, we're live. People deluded. I'm back again. Good morning to those of you in the UK. I hope you're all doing well and safe. While I say good morning to those of you in the UK, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night. I hope you're all doing well and safe. Obviously, I plan to speak about primarily allegedly Arsenal have rejected a bid for Nketiah, Smith-Rowe, couple of other things, but I know, in the last under an hour, last 10 minutes, really, we've confirmed the signing of Nuno Tavares. Now, not to water down his signing or anything, but I'm sure many people want to hear what's going on with centre-half, midfield, and them things there. But I'm going to get onto it in a second. But welcome Nuno Tavares to Arsenal Football Club. He's been getting a lot of, please don't let me forget this, but he's been getting a lot of doubters, myself included, because I'm not watching him on a regular basis. But those who are, they're not really convinced with him. But these sort of things want me to support him more and want him to succeed more. Sorry, people. I'm going to circle back on that. I understand everyone's just joining in. P, you're on me. A man said you're late. Allow me, bro. It's Saturday, man. All the content I give you lot day in, day out. If I'm 2 minutes late, allow me, man. Come on, my guy. But I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Drop me a $5. I might be on time all the time still, but I love everyone, man. I appreciate that. Hey, welcome, Nuno. Christian, you're right. Beyonce, you're right. Tavares signs. We're going to get onto it in a second. Let me let everybody filter in and whatnot, because there's always someone that says they miss it. And, I try to do my best to make sure no one gets left behind. That's what a true captain does. And I love you lot, but, I'm the captain of this DG Nation thing. So I don't want anyone to feel left out. As I said, big up to everyone, whatever time zone you're at. It's early here in the UK, if you could say that. I'm pretty sure it's even earlier somewhere else. I'm pretty sure the day is done somewhere. So I appreciate you lot support each and every time, especially as we're at 37,000 subscribers and we're making a good push at moving to 40 soon, man. Hopefully we can do that in the early days of next season, I think, really and truly. But I appreciate it, man. I allow me, man. 2 man are saying me, drop me a $5. I'll be on time all the way, man. My guy, I appreciate all the hard work you lot put in to come back each and every time. Reese, I'm there, my guy. I hope you're safe, well and safe. Big up every Arsenal fan that's locked in, but I also appreciate those who have nothing to do with Arsenal. Carl is just simply saying, morning, DG, morning, right back at you. You're probably here because Smith-Rowe allegedly 5-year deal and that, and you can't really banter, man, no more. But yeah, man, I'm going to get into everything in a second, man. But what are you lot saying? Let's do this, DG. Hope you're well, my friend. Matt, I'm always well. Like I said, when I've got you lot, it could be life, could be better, it could be worse, man. I've got my health. I think I've had a good week. I've attacked it aggressively, Make sure you're checking out the pin message, people, because obviously it's Euro 2020 final business, watch along business tomorrow. So make sure you're there. I've had a good week, man. As usual, my weeks are always intense. Like, since I've really made a go at this, it feels like there's just not enough hours in the day. There's just not enough days in the week. But you have to try a thing, man. And yeah, man, it's one of them things. Shout out to DG all the way from Botswana. Of course, man, know where Botswana is, bro. You don't have to belittle it to a country in Africa. It's a country in the rich continent of Africa. Shout out Botswana and everyone else from neighboring regions and whatnot, man. Of course we know where the hell that is. But you've also said, why the hell would Arsenal cling on to Eddie? He's average, yes, he deserves EPL football, but I can't picture him as our first choice striker in the future. I'm going to get onto it, but there's always an asking price. Now, I agree with you, broski. He's got a year left. Really, any offer is a good offer, but I understand it, and so we'll have to see, man. But I'll get onto it, man. Morning, all, if you're just tuning in. Hey, Will, morning, DG, big up, man. You heard about this new Ellis guy joining at board level. I've seen these initial reports and things like that, and again, you know me, I try not to miss a beat. We'll speak on it again. Let me check. I've got the tab. Yeah, we do have it here. When I heard Fulham executive, please don't let me forget, Will, but I'm on that because, Fulham have a good record with youth football and youth players and them sort of things. Reese, I'm good, my guy. Manager saying now who's next. I'm sure many people are looking at now who's next. A man said, everyone behave, you will get the boot. GD, it's not like that. My moderators are a bit mad, but it is where it is, man. A man said Emile chose Willian over Grealish. It's not even been 5 minutes and you're trying to bug man already. And what's the time over here in the UK? Oh, it's 7 minutes past 11. Allow it, man. Calm down a bit, man. Normally you just you let it simmer, man. You're not even allowing it, man. Chill, bro. Make sure Sancho scores 100 goals, Hey, chill, bro. Chill. We get the fact I'm late, man. Chill, bro. Chill. Don't overdo it. Like the joke bang first time. Don't overdo it, man. I left another stream to join this one. Alan, I appreciate that. And you know you got to hit the subscribe button because once you're hooked in, this is like crack, man. You know, you're in for life. Not that I advocate that over overtaking that or, you know, if you take crack, please get help. You know, it is what it is. Your grind is unreal, fam. Bro, man ain't made it. Man ain't nowhere. So you have to grind every day like I got something to prove, which I do to myself. So yeah, man, I have to stay consistent, man. Consistency is everything. Consistency is a key. LOKONGA is next. I'm going to get onto that. My phone is charging. I will have to get my phone because I got the article from The Athletic. So it is what it is, man. A man said, no offense, DG, but the staff responsible for Arsenal for transfers in the Arsenal Football Club are true deluded. You know, bro, fair play. Big up the Twitch gang as well. I appreciate you guys. No, yeah, man, we're gonna get it. Lateness is greatness. Trust me, man. B-man timing and that, man. Come on. You know me, I'm late for, you know how many fines I've paid in being late for football matches, man. I remember back in my day, you know, turning up half an hour before kickoff. Absolutely mad, man. Absolutely hungover and the rest of it, but it is where it is, man. We're 5 minutes in. Please make sure you've hit the like button as well, people. Please make sure you've hit the like button. As I said, just before we get into the big boy stuff, please make sure you're checking out the pin message if you're too lazy to do that. As you know, it's England versus Italy tomorrow, so I'll be half an hour before kickoff. I'll be starting my live stream with you guys. Shout to the 7 people waiting. Shout to the 25 people, including myself, who have hit that like button. Please make sure if you're not going to be there, you hit the like button, do what you can for the engagements and all of those sort of things, man. It is what it is, man. I hope everyone's doing safe. And this is why we delay. Man said, thanks, DG was 4 minutes behind. So, yeah, man, we're going to get into all of this. Now, Sandro will have a bad boy season, but you know how it is, man. You know, if there's no creativity, if there's no partnership with his fullback, if there's no creativity and movement, people are just going to look at it and say, well, you cost 80 million, you know, number 7, make it work. You've seen it with Pogba. So that's the things I don't want to see. But obviously, it's something he's got to guard against and things like that. Man said, so subscribed already, DG. Alan, I appreciate that, man. I really do. But enough with the niceties. I say enough with the niceties. We're never going to stop with the niceties, people. But you get what I mean. It's time to get into all of this. So let's start with Nuno Tavares. Now, as I was saying just before I flick the screen, I'm not going to sit here and cap. I don't really like to judge someone if I don't know them. And I don't know Tavares. You know, you lot don't know him too tough either. We can admit that, you know. We've seen little bits and pieces and things we hit, you know. We've definitely seen them videos with the dogs and that. We see little bits and pieces. From what I get, you know, very raw. There's, you know, he looks good going forward. He looks like he can use both feet. Very raw defensively, very raw positionally, very raw as a 21-year-old would be. And my big thing is, you know, it doesn't matter if you're going to be a squad player or first team player. I need to know how you're going to improve. So his mentality must be there. And now it's down for him and Arteta to meet each other halfway. And, you know, whether you get Nuno, LOKONGA, Ben White, like I said, all different statures. My man's going to be a backup left back. I want him to go and push Tierney all the way. Just because you're coming as a backup left back, try and start. Because you know, if you get an opportunity and you take it and you're doing better than Tierney, by all means, keep your spot. You know, don't come here and be a sideman and these things. But if you're going to grab him, Ben White's probably going to be first choice, but he's 23. LOKONGA's probably going to be back up to Partey or just generally probably not first choice pivot. These are players for tomorrow. We need to know how you're going to improve. I'm not saying you have to turn them all into Ronaldinho, Roberto Carlos, and a prime Tony Adams. I would love that. But it's just about improving them. And I feel when you've got these lot now with a Martinelli, with a Smith-Rowe, with all of these things, potential is just potential. It's about leading them. Like I said, I want the squad to reflect young, hungry, and innovative, which it should be the manager. And for me, when you get these new young guys in, you know, we've tried the whole experienced players playing under a couple of managers. They let them down. You can't really build a new mentality with the old guard. You know, at least these guys, they have different reasons to have allegiances to Arteta. And I can't lie, with Tavares, the more sort of quote unquote negative things I see and the negative things I read, it makes me want to believe in him more. I know I said I was gonna yeah, man. I was going to get my phone because, again, you know, shout out to Rabona TV. He gave me the little scoop on Tavares and a couple of other people did as well. In fact, let me get my phone very quickly. I'm still here, folks. You know, we'll let it charge later, man. There's no time for that. You know, I'm meant to be going Sainsbury's after this, people, and I need to make sure my phone is charged. I need to make sure my headphones are charged as well. No one likes to do the shopping with no headphones and that. You know, if you're listening as well, because you said you watch my content, shout out to the I don't want to hot up his job, but shout out to the brother I met when I finished the gym that said he watches my content, and when I didn't believe that he subscribed to me, he told me he showed me on his phone basically that he subscribed and he's a big fan, and all of these things, you know, things like that make it worth it. So if you're listening out there, my guy, you know who you are. Big up yourself. Big up Rabona TV, and I would love to get him. You lot got to pressure him, you know. Would love to get him again to ask him his opinions. But what he said is, what I can say is that some of Nuno's better performances were when he was playing as a right back. He showed flashes of brilliance at left back, but his defensive work was an issue. He's a classic modern day fullback, good going forward, not great in defense. As soon as Gilmando was healthy, he was our backup again. And I've got a couple of Portuguese friends who kind of echo them same sentiments. So make of that what you will. I'm not talking specifically about Rabona, but I mean, away from Rabona, a lot of people that speak about Tavares, they're not really convinced about him, you know. So for me, the more I hear all of that, the more I want him to do well. It comes down to his desire. You know, these things can be fixed. You can improve defensively. What you can't really improve is a mentality, in my opinion. You can, you know, people can change your thinking, but if the mentality is there, you can always improve. I'm not saying he's going to be Gareth Bale, but look at Gareth Bale. He went from, bro, there was a time Gareth Bale was not in the top 20 footballers in the Premier League. Let's be real. His mentality seen him improve and he's done great things. So I'm not saying he's going to be that, but mentality can take you everywhere. You know, I want you to push Tierney. I've said it before. I don't think Tierney is like Bellerin, but we all saw when you had Bellerin with no significant competition at that spot, really, apart from when Debussy was there for a second. So I want him to push it. You're 21. You don't want to be a sideman forever, do you? Tierney's my captain, one of the first names on the team sheet. I don't think there's anything you can do to start above him, but I want you to push him. I want us to have faith that if Tierney does get injured, touch wood, that's never the case. You step in and there's not too much of a drop-off in quality. Obviously, like I just said there with Rabona, he spoke of his capabilities at right back. That could be an option. Now, I don't really want that because you'd have Tavares who could play there, Chambers who could play there, Maitland-Niles on paper who can play there, Cedric who can play there, you know, Bellerin, if I haven't said his name. There's about 5-6 man, and everybody apart from him, because he ain't played, has got opportunities to show little patches of brilliance and stuff, and they've gone through good and bad moments at right back, but no one's locked that down consistently. And me personally, I want a right back personally. I want a new right back, someone who is just a right back, someone that, like when Tierney came into this club, we don't need to speak about it. It's only when the man's not fit. So that is something to consider. And you know, Arsenal, we love adaptability. We love these players that blur the lines, that can be used everywhere and here, there, and the everywhere. We'll have to see, man. And obviously, there's an option. If we go back three and Tierney pulls into left-sided centre-half, Tavares could come in and stuff like that. Who knows, man? Maybe he'll be the Portuguese Maitland-Niles and that he'll come in when it's a back three and things like that. So, yeah, man. But if I flick to the reports, obviously, early morning, you lot saw literally 10 minutes before I was about to come online with you guys. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, people. You've seen it. Obviously, shout out to Arthur Okongu, who got promoted to the first team as our third choice goalkeeper in that yesterday. But as you lot can see here, he'll be wearing the number 20. Welcome, Nuno Tavares joins us from Benfica. So he's joined now. I'm sure he's probably done his what do you call it, the isolation thing in line with COVID, and probably or hopefully he gets to go off with the boys to Scotland. And if possible, I'll be doing a watch along for the pre-season games. I know it's going to be live streamed on Arsenal Player, but I'm going to try to do a thing there, people. But as you lot can see here, he has joined us from Benfica on a long-term contract. The 21-year-old developed through Benfica's youth system, making his Benfica B debut in October 2018 before progressing into the first team squad. He made his first team debut in the Portuguese Super Cup win over Sporting Lisbon in 2019. And I actually want to see how many senior appearances this man actually has as well, people. So, and allegedly he rejected offers from Sociedad, Brighton, and a couple of others. He's 21. Again, he just busted. Sorry, people, let me turn this off. He just bust into the first team and things like that. But just so we get a picture of how inexperienced he is, quote unquote, I want to see how many appearances the man's made for Benfica. He's only played 41 times for Benfica. I assume Liga B win is the top division in Portugal. So we're getting a man at 21, 25 appearances in the league, 41 appearances in all total. Never really been first choice. That's not me trying to belittle him. This is me trying to paint a picture. We have someone that's quite raw, quite inexperienced and still learning. And we probably have to have scope for him to probably make some questionable decisions and do some questionable things. We also need Arteta to coach him, because this guy is very raw. You know, coach him, you know, turn him into a competent option. Who knows? He's 21. I'm sure football is a business. There's an element of resale and things. Who knows? If a next left back who's better than him comes on the scene, it is what it is. A man said, are you going to pay to watch those preseason games, DG? Well, because for you guys, if I had to, I would. But for me personally, I'm a red member, so I don't have to pay for it per se. I have renewed the membership, or they made me. It's direct debit, so it's kind of already paid for it, sort of thing. But like I said, he's inexperienced, he's raw, so he's going to have to be patient. We're going to have to work with him. Like I said, when I hear fullback, 1v1 defending, first things first. If you can do that, everything else, you sort out the positioning, everything else can fall into place for you, lad. So, yeah, man, he's, you know, in a short period of time, he's done his thing. Over the past 2 seasons, the Portuguese under-21 international, who's predominantly a left-sided defender, made 25 appearances for Benfica. He was in the matchday squad for both matches we played against them in last season's Europa League last 32, coming on as a late substitute in the second leg. In relation to his signing, hit the like button. A man said, swing those login details. You're moving mad. Eddie has said, Nuno is a talented young player who was wanted by a number of clubs across Europe. He will provide strong backup in the left back position. We look forward to him growing and developing with us and becoming an important member of the first team squad. In relation to Mikel Arteta, we welcome Nuno to the club. He's a very young player with great promise who has developed very well with Benfica in recent seasons. And before I carry on, obviously, I'm happy that, you know, Martinelli and Gabriel, well, Martinelli's with the Olympic squad, and Gabriel technically should be around the first team because he's injured. These Portuguese speakers, Marie's level of Portuguese must be decent. Hopefully they take him under his wing and things. And I know Arteta speaks a lot of languages. He speaks Italian. I'm sure he speaks Portuguese because that's closely in line with Spanish. But and has also shown his quality by being part of Portugal's under-21s. Nuno's arrival will give the squad extra strength and options in defence, particularly with his energy on the left side of the pitch. We look forward to Nuno's arrival, his integration into the Arsenal family and playing in front of our fantastic supporters. The young midfielder will join up with his new teammates in the coming days after he travelled from Portugal and completed the current isolation regulations for international arrivals into the UK. He'll wear the number 20. So he'll get to go off to Scotland and be part of our pre-season plans. I'm sure we're going to America or something as well. So he'll get crucially bonding time. And for me, I know it was said more about party, but the quicker you get these new signings in, the quicker they can adapt. And Arteta made a big song and dance about pre-season. You've got him in. And obviously, we need an option at left back. Only time will tell. You know, and again, let's see what he can do. Away from that, though, he gave his first ever interview. I'm not going to listen to that, people, but just to see what the man's like, we might as well humor ourselves. Keep your opinions and all of those sort of things coming, people. Nuno, welcome to Arsenal. Can you tell us your emotion at signing for the club? Thank you. I'm so excited because it is a big club. And for me as a young guy, it is a pleasure to be here. How big of an opportunity is this for you? It's good for my career, and to begin at Arsenal is a big club, and I'm very happy. When did you hear that Arsenal were interested in signing you? When I finished the season, my agent told me that Arsenal were interested in me. In the first instance, I was very happy, and after this, I dreamed about it and spoke about it with my mum. I was so excited to be here, and now I'm so happy, and this makes me want you to do well here, man. Come be a madman for this team, man. You know me, I'll always support a fullback at this team. Did the move happen quickly? No, it was not a quick process. There were more things about the contract and the things between the clubs of Arsenal and Benfica. It was not quick. It took a long time, and negotiations went not quickly. Yeah, man. Shout out to him. He said it was a drawn-out process. What have Edu and Mikel said about what they want from you this season? Mikel and Edu helped me so much. They speak with me every time and call me, and I feel people want me here. I like that because I need this power, and I'm so grateful for this. What is it about Arsenal that you like and brought you here? It's because you have a good project, young people. It's good for me, and we learn together because we understand each other, and we can have an evolution together with young guys. It's the same. It's a good project with young guys, and we understand each other. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can you tell us about some of the Arsenal players that you admire from the current and also history? Now, this is a bit of PR. The club probably briefed him on such. In the present, I like Smith-Rowe. Smith-Rowe, hit the like button. Hit the like button for Smith-Rowe. Hit the like button if you want my man to sign a new contract, because he is my generation. He played against us on the same side. He played on the right. I played on the left for the selection youth team. So I think that's Portugal as well. He's a good player. And I see Saka too. Nuno, put a bit more respect on Saka, but I see Saka too. You better be calling him little chili and them things there. Young players, good players. And from the past, I like Henry, a very good player. And it's good for me to remember that story. How would you describe your style of playing? What will Arsenal fans see from you? I am fast. I am good shooting with my right foot, but I am left-footed. I can dribble, improvising. That's my qualities, my technique. I have more qualities and I will find more in this club. So what scares me is he's a defender. He's not once said defending anything. He's not said 1v1. He's not said positioning. He's not said tackling. That's the modern day defender, you know. I'm sure if you asked him to play further forward, he'd want to. That's okay. He has to be truthful. I hear that, but that just tells me you're a bit top heavy. You're good going forward. You're a bit shaky defensively. That's okay. You know, you're not the finished product. You're 21. You've played 30, 40 times, if that, for Benfica. So I hope that we can talk about his strengths. What I would like is to see your weaknesses. What I hope is Arteta knows your weaknesses. Every player has that. You know, if he's not good 1v1, how are we using preseason to improve these sort of things in such people? So we'll have to see people. So yeah, I like to hear that. You know, I'm good at shooting with my right, but I'm left-footed. Hopefully he's on the DG thing. You know, hopefully we see scenes such as this, people, from one crazy fullback to another. You know, when I hear that, this is all I hear, people. You know, I'm good at shooting with my right, but I'm left-footed. Like, I'm right-footed, but yeah, I'll play left back here. As you can see, this is the sort of stuff I want to see from him. You know, fullback to Tavares, I'm back in your team. So hopefully you can do stuff of that nature. You know, I want to see all of that. You know, the last fullback we signed that was good going forward was Kolasinac, and wasn't, well, good going forward and shaky defensively was Kolasinac. Hopefully that means we can get Kolasinac and his wages off the wage bill. You know, we hear rumours he's going Fenerbahce, Lazio tearing up his deal. We'll have to see, people, but that's that in relation to Tavares. And what else has he said? What can the fans expect from me? Is this a new thing? Oh yeah, this is basically, you know, they've remixed an article, people. So that's that in relation to Tavares, really and truly. Welcome to the club, brother. What are you lot saying in relation to Tavares? Hit the like button and let me know, people. But as I said, welcome to the club, Tavares. That's that. You know, that firmly is that. Brother, you gotta be shameless. You gotta be shameless. You see the way I did it so elegantly as well. Didn't even smile. Just kept it moving, acting like it's normal. Come on, bro. As a Sunday league fullback, when else am I going to score a goal like that? Let alone it happens to be recorded. Come on, man. You know, when you finally see me with a beard and with odd Sky Sports, you think when Gary Neville and Michael Richards and them man trying to boy me for not playing professional football, I'm gonna wheel that up and say, Gary Neville, show me something you did. You gotta be shameless, man. If you're not shameless with the promotion, you ain't gonna get anywhere, man. Hope we see a recreation of DG's goal from Tavares. Hey, you get me? Trust me, man. A man said, hello, DG. I was waiting for you the whole day. Hillary, I appreciate that, my guy. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot, you know. Again, when you don't think you're providing value, comments like that make it worthwhile. I really appreciate that. Does that mean Kolasinac is 100% leaving? It should do, because what use is he? He's not first choice standard. He's not of the standard to push Tierney neck and neck, where we would love that. He can't do that. He's on 100 bags a week. You know, he's a big earner. Not that I care about what someone else is earning, but he's on big wages. You know, keep it moving. Really, he's been another expensive free transfer, like Mkhitaryan, like William. Like, it's a mad thing. It's an absolute mad thing. Long negotiation sounds like Arsenal. Love seeing my young kings getting an opportunity in the big stage. Makes me proud. Bless up, DG. Content as usual. Hope you watch Jamaica do like the thing in the Gold Cup. Looking out for the little maestro to read. Aye, man. I will if I can, man. Appreciate that. A man said I already answered that. What right back do you think Arsenal will get, DG? If I'm completely honest, I don't know, man. I really don't know, but I hope we get one, man. I can't see anything, you know. Obviously, like I said, I personally would love to be wrong, but I can't see a right back getting sold. Why you've not sold Maitland-Niles, Chambers, you know. There's a couple of other, Cedric, a lot of lines being blurred, man. We need a right back clearly, but it is what it is. You know, from face value, this looks like a competent signing, not going to displace Tierney, but can step in with minimal disruption to the flow of the team. Exactly. Hopefully that is the case. But same way, I'm not going to lie, I want him to push him. Just because you've come in as number 2, don't mean you should be happy with that. You know, try and be first choice, you know. Doesn't matter who you are. If you're a third choice keeper, you should be trying to push the first and second. Because if everybody's on that, if everyone's got the healthy chip on their shoulder that it's a friends thing, but it's not a friends thing, we all want to start the whole, level of training, level of application, all these things are gonna rise, and then you have a competent squad, and then we don't have the situations in theory where we're questioning why are these guys playing. It feels like they're playing no matter what. If everybody's pushing, everybody's level is up. Look at Leno when he came back with Martinez. Martinez was there, his level was a bit better because he knows he can't fuck about. Now, unfortunately, pardon my language, Martinez didn't get to stay, but you get the point. If everyone's pushing each other, there's problems. Balogun and them young strikers, I want them to come and ask questions. Last season, it didn't last, but there was a point Eddie dislodged Lacazette and Aubameyang sort of thing. You want these things, because you might even get an even better Kieran Tierney sort of thing. So while I don't think you'll ever dislodge him, you obviously want him to. Everybody keep pushing each other, keep everybody on their toes. Everyone keeps performing in training like they've got something to prove. If there's no complacency, we're doing something serious. It's one of them ones there, man. Will is saying, under half of you have liked. Come on, people. DG's grinds, just press a like button. People, please hit the like button. If you haven't, you're doing the people them dirty. I don't need to tell Twitch gang, because Twitch gang are quite on job with supporting the movement. Shout out to you lot. Where are we at in terms of likes? We're at 105 likes. Can we get to 200? It should be. There's over 100 of you who have not done such, people. So it is what it is, man. Tavares is real good, 2-footed. Got to wait and see what he's about, because Tierney does miss games, so we need ready up. Fair play. Chelsea fan, but like your content. You're an articulate brother with a lot of jokes. I'm not sure, JF, if I'm quite funny, but I appreciate whatever reason you shout out to. You wanted to stick with the guys. Shout out to the Trini lot as well, man. Sunday League is banned. I had someone from the opposing team offer me a drawers of his suit in the parking lot before the game. Don't know what it is, my guy, but that sounds quite good, man. Sounds quite good. Sunday League sounds about Sunday League. Yeah, big up everyone locked in, man. A man said you let the dogs out, bro. Alexis Sanchez would be shook if he was at the team in the same time as Tavares. He'd be absolutely shook. Absolutely shook. So yeah, man, appreciate the comments, man. Appreciate the comments. What else have we got to speak about? One sec, people. I need to see if YouTube's all right. YouTube just gave me a notification. It seems like everything's blessed. Everything looks blessed. So yeah, man. Let's get back to it. Really and truly, let's get back to it. I like how Arsenal are bringing the squad age down. These players could potentially be sold to make profit. A man said, red flags, no mention of defending. You made me laugh. Oh, bro, I can't lie to you, bro. Come on now. If I sign, that's like signing it. No, not with Tavares, but this tells you we know what we're getting in it. He's on a madman thing. It's going to be a bit Andre Santos-ish. He's going to go forward, be a bit of a headless chicken, go on adventures, but why not, man? Let's let this guy see what he's on, sort of thing, man. Why not, sort of thing, man? It's like if we sign a striker and the striker's telling me, oh, my link-up play is good, I make good runs, but he's not mentioned I like to score goals. Brother, you're not going to look at him like, yo, what's all that about? Like, come on. If a goalie mentions I like to distribute, but he hasn't mentioned catching or diving or penalty, he says, well, man, I'm not going to look at you. It's a bit of a red flag still. Like I said, we're supporting the thing, but it's just a bit of food for thought. Like, really, am I wrong for thinking that, people? I don't think I am. Nonetheless, hit the like button, people, man. That one mad scream as soon as it left your left boot, bro. That's the scream that gets me as well, man. I think that's George, Shout out to my guy, man. That gassed me. The celebration gassed me as well, man. Because even though we lost, the fans were chatting ish, the winger was chatting ish, and I've scored, and I'm like, pardon my language. When you see me doing the little thing towards them, I'm like, shut the fuck up. And it felt amazing for 20 minutes, and then we fucked it up. But is what it is, man. Congratulations to Oakwood for beating us in the semis. Congratulations to us for beating them and taking the league, man. Is what it is. What else are you lot saying, people? Team news, squad England. What are you on about, brother? England 2-1 all the way. So trust, but I'm not sure what they're on today, man. DG, I would like Max Aaron's at our football club saying, but when it comes to negotiating with Norwich, they've shown if you're not going to put the money on the table, you're not getting your man. And whether we wanted Buendia or not, I never know, but it appears we wanted him. We started messing around with negotiations and all of these sort of things, man. Have a bit more faith. He said another brother who's going to come in and rat out info to the media. He's definitely going to be another bad day. Give him a chance, man. Give him a chance, man. Bring your Sunday league team to play us at Grenfell Athletic FC. Big up Grenfell, you know, especially if it's anything to do with them unsavory scenes. But me, my guy, you know, you're gonna have to email the Instagram account, chat to the coach, and I don't handle that, man. Just a player. I don't know, Byron, what that is, but if you want to send something about them yard, you know, flavors and that, I'm all for it. We can see what it's about, man. I got a friend who might know something about it, so it is what it is. It's a good signing for the squad in each position. Everyone needs to be on their toes, 100%. You know, the key thing is that he's just competent. What you don't want to see is what we've seen with Kolasinac, you know, other people, in that there's a clear gulf in talent. Like you can be second choice as much. There's a gulf in it. You're not playing, you're not level, sort of thing. You don't want that to be the case. So, like I said, initially, bro, he's not probably going to get chances. He's probably going to have to rely on that one Carling Cup game. Such is life. Touch wood. You know, life can come at you quickly. You know, he might be second choice. God forbid a madness happens to Teeny. He misses the first. I'm not going to talk anything bad into the air, but the first 1 or 2 weeks of the season, my man Tavares is thrown in. He locks it down in 2 games. You don't deserve to be dropped. Life can come at you fast. You know, just because you're brought in doesn't mean it's not a thing. Life can come at you very fast. So, you know what they say, be prepared to be, if you stay prepared, you don't need to get prepared, or some positive jazz like that. We'll have to see, man. Oh, man. A man said, hey, DG, don't tell the bad side. I was happy thinking you scored the winner. I thought it was the winner the first 20. Still, I thought we was going to do a movie. Felt like an Arsenal ticket. Felt like a movie setting. Like for 20 minutes is lit. And then, yeah, but it went downhill. But so life goes sometimes, man. You can't win them all. But yeah, man, big up everybody locked in, man. Big up everybody locked in. I appreciate it, man. What's up, DG? Hope you're good. Did you catch Luis Diaz, Colombian international, plays for Porto? His 2 goals yesterday against Peru. Sending a link to the highlights. No, I haven't seen that, but he's a decent player from what I remember. I like Nuno's physical profile, tall and strong. I hear that as well, but I just want to know you're a thinker. You know, I just want to know you're a thinker. If you're a thinker, you have half a chance to be a good defender, because defending is like football in jet. All football is. It's a thinking man's game. You know, look at Pedri. Pedri hasn't got, you know, at Spain, Pedri hasn't got anything that's super imposing. He's not mad quick. He's not mad strong. Obviously, he's got a lovely level of technical ability. But what's the main thing that allows that to excel? Just like any midfielder, like Modric for how many years? This. He sees things before it's happened. He's always thinking. He's always scanning. It's the thinkers. And as a defender, you've always got to think. You know, a bad example of a fullback. I'm sure you'll remember the Croatia game. Who did Croatia go out to? Spain, I think. There was one of the goals. Is it Gavardol? Please go and watch the highlights. There's one. You can see him. It's fair enough. He's 19 and he's a centre half playing at left back. But he's actually got a water bottle in his hand or something. And you can the game's restarted. He's trying to dash the bottle and go and defend. By that, it's too late. Now, if he was thinking, he would have got that water bottle early, or he would have said, I can't do that. I've got to be focused. So it's a thinking man's game. Football is a thinking man's game. Thinking woman's game as well, obviously, for the social justice warriors. If you try and unnecessarily cancel me for saying something I didn't say. But you get the point, innit? So, yeah, man, I want him to do well. Not got too much expectation on him and stuff. But it is what it is, man. Stay ready and you never have to get ready. Trust me. One of them ones there, shout 14 or something like that. One of them ones there, man. In relation to LOKONGA, people, I think we might as well get on to LOKONGA very quickly. Not that there's much to say. I think I'm not going to bring it up on screen. I'm just going to read it out to you. Let me go on the Athletic, folks. You know, because it feels like we're getting closer and closer every day to confirming this man's signing, and then we just never confirm the signing. So we'll have to see what happens, people. But the Athletic, or can you see? I've got the Athletic on the phone on the blower, as you lot can see, or the article. Arsenal close to agreeing deal with Anderlecht for Albert Sambi Lokonga. Arsenal are close to agreeing a deal with Anderlecht to sign Albert Sambi Lokonga. The Athletic understands that preparations are being made for medical examinations in Belgium. As things stand, he is expected to undergo a period of isolation in the UK before being able to join in with training if a deal was done. So again, that's smart. If he does his medical in Belgium, you know, that allows him a bit more longer to train there. And then obviously there's probably, when he comes over to England, he's going to have to isolate. There'll probably be an individual training program thing he can do to keep ticking over. But he's probably, unlike Tavares, he's probably going to be robbed of the chance of going with us to Scotland and bonding and stuff. He'll still have a pre-season, but he's got to isolate, innit? The 21-year-old's allegedly been on Arsenal's radar for a while. He's had 2 knee injuries. He's made 50 first-team appearances already, so he's not the finished article, but he could be there, people. And what I like, he said, I will not go to a club which is inferior to Anderlecht. I will only leave Anderlecht if all the ingredients are there. I feel ready to take a step forward and rub shoulders with great players, but everything will depend on the proposals made during the summer. So we'll have to see, people. Obviously, you want to see a bit more done in terms of outgoings, but so far, so good. You know, I personally want to see a bit more in terms of outgoings with the midfielders personally, because surely the quicker Xhaka gets confirmed to Roma, the quicker Torreira F's off, you know, a decision made on Joe Willock, the quicker we can see just not only LOKONGA, but these our links and just someone else. You know, Ruben Neves is resurfacing. You know, we've had Ruben Neves, Buendia, Camavinga, Rodrigo De Paul, Locatelli, you know, bare sick players that we're not even in the Champions League would probably win it. You know, we're not even, well, Saka's our representative, but if we signed half of these players, we'll probably win the Euros, Tour de France, we'll probably smack up Conor McGregor, you know, we'll somehow make it a triple threat boxing match against Tyson Fury and what's his face, Wilder, and win it. Would win every damn sporting competition, but that's not how the cookie crumbles, people. So yeah, man, more outgoings are needed, man. I need a midfielder. Well, LOKONGA is, but yeah, I don't want too much pressure on him. He's the next one that's still developing and them things there. But I think we need that in the squad. You know, he's a good passer. He's all right in that terms. He can fill in for part A if required. Again, he's 21, so there's resale value. Like Tavares, for me, as I keep saying, he's not the finished article. So make it, like, develop him in your own way. I want to see evident improvement a year from now. I don't want to see, obviously I would love to see it. I don't think you're going to turn him into a madman straight away, you know, but I want to see evident improvement. Not just him, but I want to look back at Martinelli, at Smith-Rowe, at Saka, at Balogun, and say they're making some progress. Obviously, some will vary more than others. Certain people won't, but I want to see what we're doing, because, again, these players don't evidently look better. If that makes sense. Obviously, people are going from strength to strength, but there's still a lot of question marks. You know, how are you going to turn Balogun and Martinelli into the strikers and things like that, and rest, and you know, the rest of it, people, we'll have to see. Really will. So yeah, it's an interesting one, man. Let's scroll down. I'll watch us bring back Bakary Sagna, to be fair with you. Him, Sol Campbell, Thierry Henry, Fabregas, they probably could do their thing, man. Probably could do their thing for us, man. Hit the like button and subscribe. #1 football content. You knew this already. I appreciate that. Finally a signing. Let's go, Gunners. 100%. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. Where are we at in terms of that? We are at 159. We're doing all right still. We're doing all right. Could be better. But yeah, it is what it is, man. Rest in peace, Paul Mariner. Exactly, 100%, man. I saw that today that he sadly lost his life, man. It's unfortunate. Thoughts and prayers are going to his family and things. May his soul rest in peace and that, man. Morning, DG. Hope you're well, my friend. With Tini only playing in 70% of Premier League games last year, I'm guessing Tavares will get some game time on the pitch. And obviously, you know, if he proves he's competent, we can help Tini's legs, and maybe that's keeping him fitter. For me, I feel Tini's injuries have been a result of combat. Like, he's been unlucky. Like, I swear he bust his arm one time. It looks like these are collision-based ones. So it is what it is, man. Let's get into Eddie Nketiah, though, folks. Now, again, it's a techie one in relation to Eddie. Now, I understand if Arsenal want a certain fee and have rejected it, but at the end of the day, and at the end, and time's running out, we need to sell him, man. We've not really got any. Now, this Twitter account has said it, people. Now, for what it's worth, you know, this guy, I don't know if he's a little in the know or whatever. There are some other people, but I just like to go with the first source. Now, he's just a normal Twitter guy. Shout out to Harvey, his name. But he has spoken about a couple of things that have happened in relation to Palace. Apparently, Crystal Palace have made a 12 million bid for Eddie Nketiah. It's been rejected. Arsenal want 20 million plus 5 million in add-ons. Can't see us paying that. I can't see that either. Maybe the middle ground is 15 million plus 5 million in add-ons and a sell-on clause. I'm all for that. So, you know, 12 million... I can understand why they rejected the opening bid, because Arsenal are under pressure to sell. He has rejected a new deal. He has got 1 year left on his deal, but we're only in July. You know, if we're the last 2 weeks of August and he's acting, it is what it is. There's still a lot of games to be played. And I don't think he's the priority at the moment. Like, clearly we're trying to finish this LOKONGA thing, Tavares, probably trying to bring a couple of other players in and move a couple of one. But, pardon me, it just feels like Xhaka, Torreira, this Guendouzi thing, couple of incomings, and Nketiah is probably behind Maitland-Niles in terms of the priorities. I listen, I need it to be done in it, because like we said, he's got a year left on his deal. I think 15 million with a potential for 5 million in add-ons and a sell-on clause is fair. But admittedly, if I was Crystal Palace, West Ham, Leeds, half of these teams linked with Eddie Nketiah, Brighton, the first choice target I'd be trying to get is seeing what Chelsea are saying for Tammy Abraham personally. Then I'd be looking at Eddie. I think Eddie is a Premier League standard player, but I don't quite think it's for us. I think he'd be a decent signing for Palace. I'm sure as a South Londoner, he would relish that. Can't see it happening though. Again, 15 West Ham should be going for Tammy as well. 15 plus a 5 million in add-ons. It is what it is. I know a lot of people say, oh, look at Ryan Brewster and stuff. And there is true. Arsenal can't hustle. You know, if this is Liverpool, somehow Palace pay what they want. But at the same time, Eddie Nketiah, when he went on loan at Leeds, he didn't do nothing. When Brewster went to Swansea, at least he had a decent goal scoring season. So there's something off the back of him for him to ride on. Off the back of a good season. Eddie's never had that. Benched at Leeds, and it was great that he came from Leeds and he forced his way into the lineup. He hasn't quite kicked on at Arsenal. So again, that's an opening bid. You know, Palace don't want to pay anymore. For Eddie, he should be jumping at the chance to do that. They've signed the lease. There's rumours, or in fact, this account said they're looking at more sort of young players and things, and Palace do need youth into that side. I do think they need a bit of experience. I think staying in the league should be the priority. But yeah, Eddie should that's what Eddie should do, man. I mean, Eddie should have known it's game over from the minute Balogun signed the new deal. I personally would have loved for Eddie to sign a new deal. You know, I'm open to selling him. I'm open for him to go out on loan, and you know, we might get 15 million for you now, but you sign a contract and you show you're decent, you might get a 30. But I say not everyone's meant to hit it off. You know, it's still a great signing. At the end of the day, he's technically Haaland, but he's not. You know, we signed him from Chelsea. Their loss was our gain. He's progressed all the way to the first team. He's won an FA Cup. He's scored and stuff. He's lived the movie for Arsenal. You know, he's got a good record at under 21s level for England and Arsenal, 23s. This is the success story. Boom, now. Keep it moving. It is what it is. Not everyone is going to reach the next level. Some men are going to be squad players, do the Saka and Smith-Rowe thing. Just keep it moving now, innit? It's a success story. It is what it is now, man. You know, the academy costs about 3 million to run. If my man brings in 15 plus 5, it's calm, you know. I don't think 25 is, I think 25 is still fair, but I think it's a bit excessive. If I'm Palace, let's just do business for 15 plus a little 5 million add-ons. Arsenal, let's get a little sell-on clause, because I do think Eddie's one of them. He won't probably be a creme de la creme striker, but he will show a bit more ability, and Palace might get some more jibs for him. So let's do that really and truly. So, you know, he's got the same agent as Balogun. He must have been knowing it's time to move. And to be fair, if I'm Eddie, I'm not signing a new deal at Arsenal, because like with Nelson, they're just using man as cattle. You don't care about man. You're just protecting my resale value. You just see man as some whore that you can auction off and that. So we'll have to see what's going on. But in relation to Eddie, the opening bid's been rejected, innit? I can't say I blame Arsenal for rejecting 12 million. Hopefully there's a resolution in that regards, people. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Apparently we're 30 likes off 200. So yeah, man, that's that with Eddie. And you know, he's just, for me, Eddie's just suffered from not playing consistently, man. The only time I've seen you play consistently is when you forced your way into the lineup, and I don't think you took your chances last season. I think fair play, you came off the bench. That's what you have been and done well against Fulham. But Everton away, you were woeful. Everton at home the season before last, you was amazing. The same as Newcastle. There was a stage Eddie was moving mad, but there's not been long lasting. And I just think minutes are currency. He hasn't played enough, man. Like, I know if we was to type in his name on transfer mark, people, it would come up with a healthy amount of appearances. But then if we was to whittle it down, to 90 minutes, how many times has he played 90 minutes? You know, minutes are currency. You know, I would get gassed. I'm part of Arsenal. I'm doing my thing. You know, the manager always talks about me training, but minutes are currency, you know, and you ain't really got that in the belt. There's got to be a reason that Bielsa... I keep seeing this, bruv. There's got to be a reason Bielsa didn't mess with you. There's got to be a reason Arteta's not started you consistently, you know. There's got to be. You know, we could say they're potentially unfair, but when you look at it, people, man's played 65 times for Arsenal Football Club. You know, 65. Bulk of them are cup games. Bulk of them are obviously, you know, subs and that, but you've played 65 times and we don't know what sort of striker you are. You're only 22. I don't think you're back. I don't think you're going to be Vardy, Kane, Aubameyang. But you can't just write off a man at 22 and say he's not good enough, because where the fuck were these players at 22? They weren't anywhere, pardon my French, you know? So he's still developing, but it's a thing where you're not going to be the guy for us right now. We've got too many guys. You've got Martinelli. Well, you know, Balogun may or may not be good enough, but he's been deemed, you know, he's going to get a chance. You haven't taken yours because sometimes you started, you looked off the pace, people. To be fair to him, he's bagged 13 goals. So there is some clip there. I like Eddie. You know, I actually, you know me, I want every academy player to stay. He's played 38 times in the Prem and he's bagged 5 goals. Now, 1,000... Well, I think that's 1,125. The decibels falling, throwing me off, people. But you get the point in it. Like, he's not played that many times. Unfortunately, he was a red card. He has saved us. You know, last season you saved us against Fulham. I'm sure against West Ham or Leicester, one of them teams, you did your thing as well. But you know, you're not gonna kick on and you know, Ian Wright rates you. Michael Owen, Ian Wright, Alan Shearer, they all rate you. I'm sure you want to have a smidge of their careers for club and country. You're not gonna get it at Arsenal. So he needs to keep it moving for me. You know, really and truly. Minutes are currency. You're being starved at Arsenal. And for me, the striker, if we're not gonna bring in these Isaacs and things which we can't do, then for me it's Project Martinelli. Then it's project seeing what, you know, if Balogun's his levels, you know, see if Tyrese John Jules can do a thing in pre-season. You know, I think he's decent, but it is what it is. I think Eddie, we need to go, man. You know, minutes are currency. He needs to go somewhere. He's going to play consistently. He needs to go somewhere. Arteta believes in him. But what I mean by belief is that genuinely your manager is going to start you for 2-3 games in a row. It's a bit like Joe Willock. You know, you can play yourself into the lineup, but are you necessarily going to start 2 games, 3 games in a row? Unless a madness happens, probably not. Minutes are currency. Eddie needs to be out of his comfort zone. For years, he's been content with these occasional cup games, doing the hand signs and things. And that's been wavy, but that's not taking you into a dramatically better player. It hasn't. You know, you've stagnated and you're still 22. You know, you need to either go Germany, go Prem, be out of your comfort zone, be against physical powerhouses and things, because it has been comfortable here for you, you know, and I can't blame you. If the manager likes you and you know, you've come back from a failed loan at Leeds and you've got in the team, I don't blame you. But I just think you, Joe Willock, Nelson, you all stagnated a bit. Even Smith-Rowe was part of that before he bust himself towards the end of the year last year. So minutes are currency. Go and get some minutes, bro. Go and get some minutes. Hopefully you can do your thing. But yeah, it is what it is in relation to him, people, man. You know, he's just stalled a bit. He needs Premier League experience consistently. I'd say just first team, bro. First team, literally, like that. There's a lot, bro. Obviously, you want to play in the top division, but there's a lot Eddie could learn in the Championship. You're playing against physical man. You know, if you're playing someone that you might try, and I always say it, but he might try outpace someone. He's quicker than you. You might be able to rely on your strength. He's stronger than you. You know, there's some, you know, some centre halves will not give you an inch. Some guys will give you scope and you think you're onto them and they'll just read the game. You know, he needs to be out of his comfort zone, and kind of that is what I wanted to see with Balogun towards the end of last season with Mikel Arteta. Give him a little 10-20 minutes here and there. Maybe a starting is rich, but maybe a little start. So when he comes into pre-season now, he knows what I need to work on. I tried to outpace this one. He waits me. Same with Martinelli. Martinelli can use that West Bromwich Albion game that we won as a viewpoint, because he was absolutely pocketed by Kyle Bartley and Ajay, because they're bigger than him physically. It's like Greenwood at United. You can't talk about a man being a striker and then be surprised they have these games as young men where they're completely marked out of the game. You know, how are you going to learn that? And obviously, I don't have these guys down and ever being guys that are going to be backs to strikers sort of guys, but you've got to learn to work around that. How can you cause problems? As I said at the start, or speaking about Nuno, it's a thinking man's game. You know, the quicker you can think and the better you can think logically is what it is. You look at Saka, away from my admiration for Saka, why do I rate him? Decision making. He's got that brain. He sees things. He does things. You know, the hardest things to do is play simple football. He's still young and sometimes he does too much, like you've seen at England, and he needs to work on his corners. But 9 times out of 10, he's making the right decisions because he's actively thinking. He's not one of these young guys that just come in banging off bare step overs and you're running into dead alleys and things like that. It's a thinking's man game, and the quicker the penny drops, it is what it is, people. In that regards, man, it really is interesting. Comments from you guys, keep them coming though, people. You know how it is. Make sure you've hit the like button, and also make sure you set your reminders for England versus Italy Euro final tomorrow. You know, I'll be doing a watch along, and yeah, I've dropped the link. You know, the link's pinned in the pin message of the live chat. The link's been dropped by myself in there. This video at the end will take you forward to that as well. So yeah, something for everyone, man. You lot are lazy still, but it is what it is. What are you guys saying, man? 12 mil with a sell-on fee. Personally, I'd rather 15, man. You give me 15 sell-on fee, provided, let's say we can make a 5 million or something, I'll have him. I think I'll push for 25 as well, but that's greedy. I think 20, I think 15 is what, if I would be trying to pay for Eddie, if I was these clubs linked with him. So I think 15 is a bit fair, man. Paul has said, DG Nation, one of my favorite Arsenal YouTubers. Respect to you, buddy. What is the latest news on RUBEN Tavares? That sets it up perfectly, my guy. I'm sure I've got a link on a link from online on that. I don't know, man. That one there seems to have gone quiet, if I'm completely honest with you. But let me, RUBEN Tavares. Seems like we've just gone full circle with that one, really and truly, man. You know, you did the latest report you heard is that what was it? I think Juventus are waiting for us to sign Ruben Neves so that they can sign Locatelli and that Xhaka can go to Roma. I saw some very remixed and just mad Italian publication, even make sense. But Arsenal makes Ruben Neves top transfer target as Manuel Locatelli holds out on Juventus move. Arsenal will reportedly press ahead with a move to sign Wolves midfielder Ruben Neves should they fail to tempt Manuel Locatelli into joining. The Gunners are in talks with Sassuolo over bringing the Italian international to the Emirates and have made a formal offer. Now we hear he only wants Juventus. We've agreed a somewhat a deal with Sassuolo. We're open to sign him, but apparently they haven't advanced because he's told his advisors he wants Juventus. So that one's dead in the water. It's gone. Unless Juventus say, brother, we're not buying you, then he has to consider something else, people. Like you said here, he wants to stay in Serie A. He wants to join Juventus. It is what it is in that regards, people. Transfer guru Nicola Sarr has claimed that Arsenal are already in talks with Wolves about finding an agreement for Neves. The North Londoners are said to be willing to offer the 24-year-old a 5-year deal. Let's see what's happened here. So this was the 8th of July, which was 2 days ago. Talks in progress for Ruben Neves to Arsenal from Wolverhampton. Arsenal have offered 5 years to the Portuguese midfielder. So apart from that, you haven't seen anything. So that's where that one is staying, people. And we need to see some movement when it comes to midfielders, because we want to see, like I said, the futures of Xhaka, the futures of Torreira, the futures of everybody sorted out, and most crucially, bringing some players in that can actually help us and want to be here. So that's the latest in him. There's nothing. I don't think there's legs to that, but I wouldn't mind Ruben Neves. Out of all the names we've been linked with, it's not the first choice, but fair play, credit where due, man. I wouldn't turn up my nose at it at all, personally. Oh, sorry, people. I just forgot to put up some Saliba stuff, so I might as well get all the articles ready, people. Keep your opinions and whatnot coming. Let's leave that there. Oh. Put that one there. And yeah. Leave that there. So yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good at this moment in time. Don't know why it's taking so long, my guy. I would have thought with him being out of the Euros, it seemed like Xhaka's one was a formality. You know, he was flirting with the Italian publications, any opportunity he got to speak post and pre-game. While at the Euros, would have thought it was a formality. To be fair with you, maybe he's just gone on holiday now. You know, maybe it's his holiday. Maybe when it's done, his holiday is done, you'll see some more progress in relation to that, man. But yeah, man, big up Killiper as well. I appreciate you. I know we are all on a high and positive, but have you heard of any more protests in at Arsenal? Remember, nothing has really changed. No, I haven't, man. Hello from Brazil. Football is brain. David, you're right. It's a thinkers man's game. That's why you always see certain men that are mad fast and stuff. They don't maintain a career, but when you got a brain, you're half decent. You know, you'll get somewhere. That's why I think Jamie Vardy, when he loses this pace, arguably you could argue his legs are going a bit. And Kane, they'll still manage to have a career in terms of finishing and stuff like that. They won't be these strikers that are just, you know, Duracell batteries, and the minute their legs are gone, they're duds, sort of thing, man. So yeah, man. What do you think of Arthur signing for the first team? Provided you're speaking about the Brazilian midfielder, he stagnated heavily, but would love him. But I can't see that one day happening, man. It just seems like was really and truly. Just before we're gonna get into Smith-Rowe, people, let's talk about William Saliba again very quickly. Again, we know he seems to be making a move to other places and doing his thing, but still in club's plans. OM loan close. So yeah, if I share my screen with you guys, people, temporarily you're gonna see the timestamps. I do this for you guys, but if we go here, people, you can see what I've been DMing myself, the articles. Shout out to the AFC Bell. They've, you know, they'll always have my faith and my support after, you know, the world was telling them that they're not going to get Partey and the world was getting onto them. And look how that story unfolded. A source close to William Saliba has told AFC Bell the club made it clear to the player's agent at the last meeting that it still counted on the player after excluding an absolute sale from the equation. Saliba should leave this summer on loan after the parties agreed to assess the situation again next summer. So I hope, regardless, you know, Ben Napier and that are watching him closely. We need to probably be thinking about giving him extended deal. The positive news is that clearly we just don't think he's ready, but he's going out on loan. Again, we'll never know the specific reasons for choosing France again. I, like a lot of people, would have loved for him to go to Brighton, Newcastle, Southampton, just a Premier League loan. I understand going back to France. We know there's been a lot of off-field reasons. You know, there's a lot to be said in terms of comfortability. You know, they are playing, Marseille are a big club with big expectations and massive support fan base. They will be playing in Europe. He will be learning from Sao Paulo. So there is a lot of good things. That being said, you do hear rumors that Sao Paulo would prefer a more experienced centre-half. So is this necessarily the right thing? I don't know. Could Arsenal force the issue of saying, yo, go to an English club? I felt it would have been, even Brentford, they tried to get you in the Championship. You know, you're probably less experienced than some of them centre-halves, but you're better than Ethan Pinnock and them, man, there, with respect to them, you know. And for me, you would have been, you're not out to a degree, not that you are, but in France, you're kind of out of sight, out of mind. I think if he's in the Prem, maybe there's more pressure, to be fair, because with every good game, Arsenal, why aren't you playing him, foaming at the mouth sort of thing? With every shaky game, maybe that would tell fans, maybe this is why he doesn't play. Maybe that is why he doesn't play, because Saliba's good, but, you know, he's conceded a penalty unnecessarily. Sometimes he's lost the ball last season, unnecessarily, leading to goals. I remember against Metz, a Diallo tore him a new one, an experienced striker. He's still learning. He's only going to be 21. So the most positive news is allegedly we're not selling him permanently without him even having an opportunity. If we look at Get France Football News, or whatever it's called, Get Football News France, apologies. They're reporting that Marseille and Arsenal have had a breakthrough in loan negotiations for 20-year-old William Saliba, and the deal is now very close to being concluded. The outlet reports that it will be a loan without an option to buy, barring any last-minute surprise. Both Marseille and the players' entourage are optimistic. Everyone wants Saliba to be training with Sao Paulo as quickly as possible. Saliba could arrive in Marseille as soon as Sunday or Monday. He's contracted until 2024. So hopefully, you know, we're finding out. I would like to know that his contract is on the agenda and signing a new deal. If he is part of the club's plans, from now to 12 months, 18 months, he should be signing an extension. Or what typically happens is he comes, the minute he shows a bit of promise, we're acting over his contract, and it's another saga. So again, as long as he's playing consistent games, fair play. I'd love him to stay at the club, but if he's not going to play consistently, it is what it is. And, you know, you would hope it's battle of the fittest for the existing centre-halves at this club, because, you know, out of Marie, Holding, Chambers, you know, somebody's got to get clipped. Gabriel and Ben White, assuming White come, will probably be here, but somebody's got to get clipped. Someone's got to be cut loose for Saliba next season, assuming this is the case. So we'll have to see what happens in that regards, people. Hit the like button, We're going to get into, well, we're going to get into Smith-Rowe shortly. I haven't forgot about that, people. Please hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Morning, bro. Let's hope the dominoes have fallen and we start to get some players in. Hopefully, man. I think Ben White could be used in the DM and allow Partey to play further forward. He's more technical than we think. He is more technical than we think, but he's not as technical as people think. You know, that's where the lines get blurred. Come here, be a 6. If you can pass the ball, pass the ball. And to be fair with you, I don't want to rely on Partey to be creative. And, you know, Ben White, if you're a centre-half, be a centre-half. I don't mind you being a centre-half that can do a job in defensive mid and right back. But once again, this is where the lines get blurred at Arsenal. There's a fine line between adaptability and just shoehorning people everywhere, man. Easy, is there any legs on Maddison, or is it just links and paper too? Well, he definitely has 2 legs, pause. But I don't know, my guy. Do I think we have admiration for him? Yeah. Do I think we probably want him? Yeah. But unless you got 60 million allegedly, you can forget about it. So it's a myth, man. Yeah, man. Arteta sending Saliba to learn from a better man. That's harsh. That's harsh. Saliba's in the doghouse. Saliba should be loaned to a Prem club so he can get experience in. Let's not act like you can't get experience in Europe, but and let's not act like you can't get experience from France. But again, Premier League, less question marks answered, man. Less question marks put against him and more questions answered, sort of thing, man. It will be mad if Saliba does eventually end up getting into our first team and succeeding. Hopefully that's the case, man. You have to see, man. Everyone saw what he did at Leeds, same way everyone saw it at Newport, same way everyone saw at Peterborough. But I don't want 3 games. Ben White is playing centre half. 4 games he's playing right back. Then 10 games in midfield. Then 20 games at centre half. You know, obviously, if you need to do a job there, you need to do a job. But Arsenal don't always learn the thin line between adaptability and shoehorning. And at 23, it's crucial that he defines himself even more as a footballer. That's just my opinion. But yeah, people, let's get into Emile Smith-Rowe. Now, as we know, it's a long projected drama in relation to him. He's got 2 years left. Aston Villa fans in my comments have been swearing, effing and blinding that he's going to sign for them and they're a bigger club and this, that and the other. I know it's all in jest, but, you know, who knows? Maybe this deal was already done before some sort of complication. Maybe, just maybe, this was meant to be announced at the end of the season as soon as it was done. Maybe, you know, maybe this was agreed full season. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, Smith-Rowe set to sign new 5-year deal and commit his future to Arsenal in blow to Aston Villa transfer plans, with Dean Smith's side having already having 2 bids for the 20-year-old midfielder rejected. Smith-Rowe is reportedly close to agreeing a new contract. But a 5-year deal now seems likely. Aston Villa's pursuit of Emile Smith-Rowe looks to set to end in failure, with the Arsenal midfielder reportedly on the verge of agreeing a new 5-year deal. Now, I know I keep saying Saliba. Smith-Rowe's made a big song and dance about being a one club man and all of these things, and I hear it, but I know you're 20 years of age. I know a lot of you might have said naive things when you're 20, and even at 21 you looked at yourselves and saying what's gone. So I don't believe in all of that, but to tie him down at 25 for 5-year deal on a 5-year deal would be good. Now, let's be serious. Within that period, if he keeps developing, like with Saka, they're going to be in line for extended deals. Like, I'd be surprised in the next year or so if Saka doesn't get a reward, probably even doubling the wages he's on now. He should be close to 100 bags a week. I can't lie to you. Smith-Rowe won't quite be there, but, you know, you keep developing. You will have to, I know Martinelli signed a new deal, but you'd have to keep looking after them and giving them what they deserve, not what Williams on, not what Kolasinac has been on, and these sort of things there. Not that I care about what people are earning. We all know he got a run towards the end of the season. We all know as long as he's got 2 years left on his contract, clubs are going to be monitoring developments. Allegedly, he's close to a 5-year stay, people. Apparently, Aston Villa, as you lot know, they bidded 25 million. It didn't bang. Then they bidded 30 million. But now it seems like Dean Smith has to look at a new target, people. Apparently, James Bench, shout out to him, had him on this show, reporting Arsenal are extremely confident at Smith-Rowe that they'll be able to tie their man down to a long-term deal. While the 5-year contract is yet to be agreed, again, maybe this was agreed at the end of the season. Maybe this was a formality. Just maybe this was meant to kick off pre-season stuff. And details are set to be finalized. It looks likely the midfielder will remain at the Emirates. As you lot know, he's returned for the start of pre-season. We all know on Tuesday we'll be playing Hibernian. I'll probably be doing a watch-along for that. We all know we've got Rangers, and then we're flying off to America. So it's all good. Aston Villa will have to Aston Villa will have to elsewhere I'm not sure if that's English. If they are to bolster their options in attacking midfield, though they have already made a big move in the transfer market after signing Buendia. Shout out to them. I'm not gonna, shout out to you Aston Villa fans, but it's no longer of relevance, really and truly. So it is what it is in that regards, people. It is what it is in that regards in relation to Smith-Rowe. What's this? Arsenal expect to tie Emile Smith-Rowe down to a 5-year contract and fight off Aston Villa interest, people. So yeah, man, it's just echoing the same thing. He's poised to sign a new new deal. So again, who knows? It must have been agreed before someone's done a U-turn and someone wants to review the I's and the T's being dotted. So the closer we move to that, that's probably the most promising thing we could have heard. So hopefully there's an agreement to come. It's not over until the fat lady sings. It's not. We haven't got an agreement until we've got an agreement. Until the man's put pen to paper and you see the shirt signings and things, you can't believe much. But because we've been there and done that, so. But it is what it is, man. He's someone we should be building around. He's someone that's going from strength to strength. So the better, the more you can keep hold of the likes of Emile Smith-Rowe, etc., the better. And he ties into what we're trying to do. And hopefully he goes from strength to strength next season. But yeah, man, that's that in relation to Smith-Rowe. Big up everybody locked in. Please make sure you hit the like button, people. Where are we at now? 209. I'm very appreciative of that. Hit the like button if you haven't. There's over 110 people that have not done such. I have to keep banging the drum, people. Make sure you're all at England versus Italy watch along. Set your reminders. Hit the like button. Even if you're not going to be there, do what you can for the engagement and things like that. And I haven't plugged it as well. Appreciate everyone who's been getting their DG merchandise in any capacity. All support is welcomed, people. Well, you don't have to get a case. I prefer for you lot to get t-shirts and hoodies and all them things there. But yeah, man, check that out. I've dropped the link in there as well. So yeah, check that out. What are you lot saying, people? We could, but then fans have to be prepared. When Saliba looks shaky, that yeah, man, ready for the world. Fair play. Villa should look at David Brooks. They should, but they're probably gonna get zanged. They're gonna need a pretty penny, man. Keep dreaming, Carl, man. The dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. Afternoon, DG. Hope you're okay, bro. He might be a one-club man, but if the club decide to get rid of him, he has no choice. He might be a one-club man, and you're right on that, but I just know you're 20 years of age. You're 20 years of age. You wasn't really you couldn't, this time last year, you was in the first team, but you wasn't. Now you're in the first team and you're 20 years of age. Things can change in that when you're now an England international, one of the better players, and you're now 23, 24, and you're starting to think about trophies. You're having a family. You're realizing that a footballing career is short. You're changing in maturity and things. I don't know if you're going to quite be a young one-club man. You might be falling for the naiveties. There's going to come a point where him and Saka, no matter how much they love Arsenal, Tierney the same now, can they match your sporting ambitions? And, I'll leave you lot to draw that, man. So, yeah, it is what it is in that regards, man. Random guy, you're going to have to scroll back. I spoke on that yesterday. I've actually clipped it up and I'm going to upload it after this. But, yeah, man, must be nice. 10 million quid for a bunch of bants. Mad thing. Absolutely mad, man. Up the likes. 300 is the target, people. Keep going. Matthias Pereira would be a good signing for Aston Villa and us. And I don't know why isn't anyone taking a chance on him? I don't know. Maybe that sometimes, I always think when you see someone and it looks so obvious, when it seems so obvious someone should make a move, I always start to think, is there something with their advisors? Is there an underlying issue? Is there something in his injury records no one knows about? Is what it is, man. I don't know. There's always some other reasons and things. I really don't know. Again, apparently Arsenal have signed someone from Fulham, a director and things like that. So let's see exactly what this is about. Personally, I did see AFC Bell tweet it, but again, there was no context behind when he said it, admittedly. So let's close that. Let's close that. And let's get into this, people. So yeah, as you lot can see here, sorry, my guy. You know, let me take your comments off. Arsenal have appointed James Ellis to their recruitment team after he finalised the move from Fulham. When I hear a man's worked at Fulham with recruitment, I'm on it because Fulham know what they're doing in that regard. Ellis has been a senior scout at the West London club since joining in 2015. I'm pretty sure I always get this guy in Football Manager. An Arsenal source has told Football Insider that the club had an offer accepted by the Leicester-based talent spotter, and he has joined their recruitment team in the new role. At Fulham, he was their first team scout for UK and Europe. He's accepted a new role at Arsenal where his responsibilities will lie solely in the UK, and he will assess players capable of fitting in the first team squad. So hopefully it's for younger base players. Can we find some under 16s, 15s, 18s, and all of these guys out of nowhere in the same way once upon a time we found Charlie Patino from Luton. He's gone on to do things for us. Eddie Nketiah got released by Chelsea. He's gone off to do something for Arsenal. And whatever you say, they've been success stories. So I would like to see a bit more younger ones. Would like to see less of the Ramsdale links and people of that nature. But if we can find, the James Justins at Luton's and, Ben White when he's at Newport and things on loan before they get to playing in the Prem and they become hot property, I'm all for that, people. Can we see the talent in these players before it's evident to see? And someone with that quality, I'm all for it, people. And we've now got a new contract, man. We've now got a new recruitment, man. So we're probably not going to see a lot happen in that regard. And one has to wonder, is this why there's been a delay in what we're doing because of the changes, people? So it is where it is in that regard. So we're going to have to see this. It's gone off to talk about other things. James Ellis, Fulham. Let's see, people. Obviously, there's going to be a bunch of news. Should we go on his LinkedIn? Why not, man? We got James Ellis. See what other YouTubers going to think outside the box and go on a man's LinkedIn. Let's see where he's worked, people. Unique set of skills as a senior leader in complex organizations, professional football / higher education, including leading of performance sports environments in international and domestic context. I am a value-driven, high-performance coach and talent identification and recruitment specialist. I believe the first pillar of a successful program is the recruitment process. People are the key to success. The rest follows. Facts. Over 15 years of experience of leading and developing pathways and programs for professional and international team programs, including 5 tournaments. I am on a continuous learning path. Yeah. So this is someone wavy with it. He's been at Arsenal for a month, so it's become news now, people. He's a first team scout at Arsenal. He's been here for a month. Before that, he did 5 years at Fulham, as a senior scout, where obviously you can see player recruitment and talent ID in the UK, Europe, and worldwide, including live and video processes both in the UK and abroad. This is what I want to do personally. I can't lie to you lot, people. This is exactly what I want to do in my life, man. Like, I would love to be in this position, man. Guess got to work to it. He's also been a consultant. He's also worked at Ostersunds FC as well. He's been a director. He's done his thing at uni, probably as you need. He's been a first team opposition and athlete at Leicester, scout. He's been a head coach at Great British Men's Football in some uni. He's been a technical director somewhere. He's been a first team coach on a non-league circuit. He's been around the blocks. Like you can see, man's even done up futsal. He's done up bare things, like you can see. So that's a wealth of experience. But what I hope with bringing man with experience, you've got to be humble and let them do their thing, because I do get the thing, man, come here with all this experience, like with Miss Lintat and many other people, and then they're crippled because you're listening to certain people that haven't walked the walk or haven't talked the talk, and they're not really, they say they're here for collaboration and that, but they're not really. You're still kind of taking orders and they're overruling, man. So hopefully he's allowed to work his magic. Hopefully people at this football club understand that he's walked to walk. You, man, don't even know that is even a walk. So, and you give him scope to do his thing. Like I said, I want to find them James Justins. James Maddison was there at Coventry and there at Norwich. Find these guys before they become hot property and everyone and their nan start speaking about them. I'm all for that. So I'm not naive. One man can't do it alone, because typically the man that you see in the papers was responsible for finding these players. 9 times out of 10, it's not them. It's someone in their team and they've got credit for it. Half of them scouts do them thing there. So just hope he's given an opportunity to do his thing, man. But I'm all for it, man, as you lot can see. So yeah, it is what it is in that regards, man. All for that. Hit the like button if you haven't already, folks. Please, 300 of you locked in. Very appreciative of that. So it is what it is in that regards, man. Bro, you're man like Sally. I appreciate you, but you're not trying to listen, bro. You're not listening, bro. Appreciate that, man. I would take him in a heartbeat as well. Apologies. Pereira is class. As much as I want Smith-Rowe to stay for selfish reasons, DG, he might get better coaching development at Aston Villa. Thoughts he might do, but this is the best place for him, my guy, Derek. I'm not entertaining that, man. I can't lie to you, man. You know, and he's saying that he's going to be central to it. You see how many youth are around our academy. It might, you know, in our first team, let's be fair to Arsenal. You know, however, what other clubs are having, you know, Villa ain't got as many kids around their first team like us, and we still finished ahead of them. With respect to Villa and the Villa fans locked in, you know, let's be a bit fair. Apart from Saliba, what? Mark Guendouzi came and still made 82 appearances at this club. You know, Smith-Rowe took a while to get in, but look at him. You know, where is Aston Villa's current day example of Saka? Saka's there. We've got to be a bit fair. So I don't know if there's a better pathway in development and all these sort of things at Aston Villa, to be fair to them, but it is what it is, man. But Villa are doing a good thing. And what I would say to Villa, they need to just worry about that guy they've got, man. What's his name? Chucky or something like that. They need to work with him because he's going to be a baller, man. Bro, Villa's youth been insane. And that's why they need to blood them. They've got some really good players chomping at the bit. The Ramses, etc. There's some good players there, you know. Like I said, they got that Chuck Wimena guy, I believe, plays for England. Messed. If they give him opportunities, he could do a madness for them. Give him time, and that's one thing I hate about youth football. We big up these young players and then expect them to do an absolute madness. You know, not giving them scope, but there's some good players there, man. Some really good players there, man. They're doing what they need to do. Leeds as well. If you see, Leeds picked up a very good player from what's that team, man? Wigan. They picked up a good player from Wigan. Leeds are picking up some good players. They, you know, to be fair, Watford have been finessed for a couple of their would-be scholars. You know, one's gone City, one's gone there. They're getting some good players there. Hey, Carl, baller, absolute baller. You know, being a baller is not enough to go to the next level. You need a lot of variables, as you lot know. But if you lot give him chance, baller. No way he can't be an England international and all those sort of things and whatnot, man. I'm not trying to entertain, not even, I can't lie to you lot, man. Bellerin's being linked with Inter Milan. We keep hearing that. I'm not really on it, people. I'm really not on it at all. Apparently, Danny Ceballos has opened up about Arsenal, man. I ain't trying to hear that, man. I ain't trying to hear about Danny Ceballos, man. Your career is messed. So it is what it is, people. I ain't got nothing new to come with. So unless there's anything new filter in, I don't know. Elise to Palace was a baller. Absolute baller. He's going to do well, man. Louis Barry, fine, you know, you return him back to the Midland sides and then you see him playing well, Mr. Wilson. You're right. Barry's sick. You know, Villa got some ballers. There's a couple. Obviously, let's not be naive. There's not going to be about 9 to 11 that bust in their first team, but there's definitely 2 or 3. If they're not in and around chomping at the bit and becoming first team players, Villa have done something wrong, in my humble opinion, which I don't think they will, man. Barry just needs a bit of time, and he's one of them. He just needs to continuously told he's a good player. Probably wasn't getting that at Barca. Now look at him, strength to strength. It's all the timing thing, though, man. I have a feeling Lacazette will stay for one more season in order to run down his contract and eat up all the money. To be fair, the club probably let him run. It's probably he wants to run it down, as he should want to, and they'll run it down. So we'll have to see, man. Why are we not going for Coutinho since we need a playmaker? I can't lie. I'd entertain Coutinho on loan. I'm not really trying to take that permanently, so I can understand that, man. So yeah, man. I honestly think Nketiah and Willock aren't very good. Fair play. No, it is what it is. But I can't lie, there's nothing more for me to add, people. I've been here for an hour and 17 minutes. It's time for me to go, Sainsbury. So yeah, like I said, please make sure you're hitting the like button. As obviously I'll be back. You lot will get your timestamps if you've missed anything else, and I'll clip up a couple of these videos, like couple clips for the vids. Please make sure you've hit the like button, you've set your reminders, and just damn right you're here at England versus Italy. Shout out to Clement in the comments. You know, random guys are saying it's coming Rome. Hopefully that's not the case. But yeah, man, on that note, gonna have to love you and leave you, people. I appreciate all the engagement, all the questions. Where are we at for likes? We're at 246. So if we can move towards 300, it is what it is. Last question: thoughts on Arsenal going for Neves over Bissouma? Well, if you, like I said yesterday, if you get LOKONGA, I'd prefer Basuma. But if you get LOKONGA with Partey, there's no point getting LOKONGA, Partey, and Basuma. Isn't going to make much sense, in my opinion. You need to get different midfielders, in which Neves would do. Gonna do a Copa America watch along, DG. Would love to, Mr. Wilson, but nah, man, I'm gonna enjoy that game. It's at stupid o'clock as well, man. So yeah, man. Other supermarkets are available, bro. I'm going Sainsbury's, Tesco's. I'm going Tottenham High Road. I'm going Market. I need to get some sweet potato and the rest of it. You know, I've got a couple of things, and I need to make a sandwich before we go. But it is what it is, man. Everyone take care, though. Stay blessed, stay safe, you know, stay in good health. Hope you've all had a good week and you enjoy your weekend. And yeah, man, more content to come, as I'm sure you already know. I'm sure you ain't seen all the content, so go and check out some others. But yeah, enjoy whatever you lot are doing. Peace out, man.